And I also provided a link in the sidebar regarding the rates of various black-on-black crimes from 1960 up until around the present. And you'll notice that in spite of the various social justice accomplishments that were brought forth through the various bills of legislation that Martin Luther King Jr. endorsed, there's a steady increase in crime and violence amongst America's black population up until the mid-1990s. And of course, everybody's got their own explanations for this. The pro-eugenicist liberals and neocons say, oh, it's because of the legalization of abortion. I say BS. Legalized abortion was around since the mid-1970s, and I guess you could argue it takes 10 or 15 years to really sort of taper off the black population. But really, is that what you want to believe? Because that basically implies that the only way to get African Americans to be peaceful is to thin their herds. I think that any white person that can say that with a straight face rightly invites being called a racist by anyone. The other explanation given is the 3 strikes you're out policy that was implemented in 1993, which I don't know. I mean, it kept more black people in prison. Now, again, is that something to really celebrate? I would make the argument that a large contributing factor to the drop-off, in spite of those other 2 things being mentioned, were some of the policies implemented by Bill Clinton and the Republican-controlled Congress, namely welfare reform. Welfare reform put a lot of people back to work, gave a lot of people that peace of mind that comes with having a job and accomplishing something, and gave black mothers in America something to pass on to their children. And I think that counts for something. Now then again, in recent years, the crime rate has been starting to rise again, mostly due to economic unease. And let's face it, violent crime and the economy share a link. And let's face it, some of the best days for us economically are behind us now. Some of it during the Clinton years, some of it during W's years. Regardless to whether you like either one of them, the truth stands for what it is. So, on this particular issue, I think I'll have to give props to the first black president, Bill Clinton. Again, feel free to disagree with me. I still don't like Bill Clinton. I still really don't like George W. Bush. And I think I like our current president least of all. But again, feel free to differ with me and feel free to comment on it. And also feel free to comment on whether you think it was good manners of me to bring this up in the recent aftermath of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. A holiday that I observed, as many of us probably did, as just another work day. With prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.